also looks like this Flash movie. Yeah, over the weekend, this movie was a huge flop for Warner Brothers. They tried to promote this movie like crazy. Even Tom Cruise came out and said this movie was good. And all this buzz about this movie didn't matter. Looks like this movie really flopped at the box office. It's sitting as of today, like it's including Monday's number, $139 million at the box office. And I see all these people are everywhere. They're acting like this Flash movie is flop, but they are acting that James Gunn's new DC slate movie will be hit at the box office. I'm really confused by people's reaction to this movie's box office flop, because you think people this Flash movie, because end of the day Flash is not a bad movie by any means. Like, it's not as bad as Black Adam. Okay, maybe this movie CGI is not that good. If people don't like this movie, overall it is a okay movie. You think they will like James Gunn's new DCU movie? Why would they care about those movies either? I think this morning Warner Brothers, they should look at this movie's number and they should be worried about future for new DCU, because people looks like they're not interested in DC movies anymore, which is really bad news. People are already not interested in Marvel movie. Now are people genuinely not interested in comic book movie? I think it's depend on each movies, you know what I mean, each project. I really thought this movie Flash will be huge hit at the box office. It looks like people are getting little tired of, I guess, okay comic book movie. They are waiting for something great to come out. Because all this comic book movie has been doing really okay at best at the box office. Then again, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is doing really good at the box office. I think at this point, all this movie need to be paused and they need some time apart. Marvel's taking break right now because their next movie is coming out in November. So I think there is a good time of breathing. People will, although there is that shows are coming out on Disney Plus. So technically there isn't any break. But today, I guess Sony, they dropped their Craven, this movie coming out, which I will make separate video on it. So now I am thinking this morning, by looking at Flash box office, if Flash movie cannot bring people to the theater, because end of the day Flash is very known character. It's not like nobody heard of Flash, but a lot of people like this character Flash, although people don't like Ezra Miller as a Flash. But I think people were at one point were really excited about this movie Flash, because I remember when the first trailer dropped, people were excited about this movie. But since then a lot of stuff happened. Of course, James Gunn, he took over DCU. Like, he's building new DCU, this reboot, like it's not fully reboot. He's keeping some people, he's firing some people. More than anything, they fire Henry Cavill. The way they handle Henry Cavill situation is really hard overall brand image front of the world, because first they hire Henry Cavill through Dwayne Johnson. Then James Gunn, he took over DCU, then he fired him, and then he came out and he tried to fight with people back and forth. All this drama with James Gunn and the DCU overall really hurting the brand overall. I don't even know, Joker 2 will make money at this point. Neither will the new Batman movie. Of course, Aquaman and Blue Beetle will be flop as well at the box office at this point, looks like. This morning, whenever that they should look at this Flash movie's box office flop, and they should rethink what they're doing, because end of the day, I don't think even anybody will go to see this Superman Legacy movie if they are not excited to see any other movies. Because how will people be excited about that? Because Superman to people is still Henry Cavill, and you fired him for no reason. He could have made a Superman movie with Henry Cavill. They could have paid him less, Instead of doing that, they just straight fired him. It really hurted their image front of the normal audience who really like Henry Cavill. Maybe he was in not that popular movie, but I think they wanted him to get at least one chance to do this character justice. That is what I think hurted their brand overall to the people, you know what I mean? And I don't know, where will this brand go from here, DC brand? I'm still a huge fan of DC. That's why it breaks my heart to see this, because once I thought this movie will be hit, now it's a huge flop. But anyway, let me know in the comment, what do you think about this flash flopping at the box office? If you enjoyed this video, don't share my other videos on other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe until I see you next time. Please take